they've paired the IO with Mirana, Gyro,
5 seconds
Luna,
left.
and bizarrely Necro.
I'm sure we're not going to see any of them.
Nope. What about pairing it with an SF? Oh. Right, is it? There's nothing left. I mean, what else do you stick it with? I mean, just the Lesh?
Yeah, the Luna
Radiant's
feels really
turn
terrible
to
here with
pick.
the Shadow Decay.
There's the last Zilla.
There's the Arteezy's hero.
So it's not necessarily the greatest Wisp duo, but I still think Lifestealer matches up really well against a lot of this. There's still the Purge problem, as well as you have this BKB piercing Black Hole disable.
So we think
Dyer's
there's an
turn to
S4 hero
pick.
last year, which is unusual
Anti-mage.
for EG. An AM, okay. Haven't seen too many of those, saw one on the group stage.
And this goes to T-Governor's point of, like, you could lower the priority of the Lash at this point.
Yes,
I
but
feel-
it also comes back to the point of have EG suddenly realised that actually Secret are focusing S4, and that's why they've given him last pick?
10
Potentially,
seconds.
yeah, that can be one of the options, yeah.
Because they're so normally dependent
5
on
seconds
Arteezy or
left.
Sumail, particularly Sumail gets the last pick almost every game.
I am worried though right now, like from Secret's drop, like they've got what they want, right? They've got these. They can delay the game.
Yeah.
They've got this good, really big win condition.
It's
They-
Radiant's
like,
ban
EG has
now.
no way of catching its anti-mage. So I'd like to see potentially the Leshrac go into the offlane, just be a nuisance, and then you pick this really key hero.
Yeah.
For Sumail to carry the game.
What would that be now if it was a Sumail hero?
I was hoping you would ask that question in like 10 seconds time so I can think. Ugh.
SF.
Oh, it's not. Oh, no.
10 seconds.
SF's all right, but
How is this for a Storm game, by the way?
5 seconds left.
what for EG?
Yeah.
No,
It's horrible, isn't it?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine playing anti-mage against Leshrac and Storm.
Yeah.
Crazy, wouldn't it?
You could literally take your hands off the keyboard and get a good ult.
It's a similar problem with, like, there's a hero that's a little bit better, but still the same problem, which is Quap.
Yeah.
Don't like that either. So what are, like, the...
What is left if they want to do that?
Bloodseeker. No, I'm joking. They wouldn't pick it, but it's an insane Bloodseeker game. You got Leshrac running in, Bloodseeker coming in from the other side, anti-mage ruptured off in the tree. Oh, if I'm right.
You can't lone Druid, or at least not easily, because of the Death Prophet, Spirit Drain.
Ban from EG.
The real question is, do you think EG's... Oh, EG's got last pick, so...
Yeah. So we're trying to figure out whether they go offlane for S4 for last pick, or whether they move the Lesh into the offlane and then pick Sumail hero now.
We should think more about then Secret. What are they going to pick to then
Yep.
like force EG to doing that? So right now they've got obviously they're looking for the offlaner as well.
They tend to pick flex, don't they? There's still a question mark over where their lanes are going to go, but I think this is fairly predictable, isn't it?
Secret's
Radiant's turn to pick.
Stone. They're just looking for the offlane.
Yeah.
And again, it could be a Centaur. It probably won't be the Mars, just because the Lifestealer, I feel.
Yeah.
And the Leshrac. I think Centaur's pretty good. On top of that,
There is...
10
So they think
seconds.
they are going to go offlane because that's a
I'm
beast.
still going to
ban.
back the Earthshaker core, but...
5 seconds left.
So
No, I like
is this
Centaur personally.
is this a Lesh offlane and they now pick Sumail's hero? Secret would believe that it's an S4 hero next.
I'm the Knight DP. I think you want more initiation.
Dire
you
pick.
need some stun.
Same.
That's something.
Yeah. Forgot about that hero. We talked about it last series against the Wisp. That instant disable against Lifestealer is always going to be nice. Now that leads us down the path.
Do they want to move that Lesh into the offlane now?
10
I'm just
seconds.
going to go for the Wild Bloodseeker. I know it has no relevance here, but if I'm right,
5 seconds left.
I just they're like, if you think of Sumail, you've probably got like Shadow Fiend. Like if you're gonna play it like early tempo aggressive, or you go for
This here's where you choose your hero.
Okay.
Well,
We're just going to
sure.
run at them some more. I mean, I don't really hate it so much because it just... Like, you already had a setup for Evil Geniuses that you felt like you had the components for a win condition. Like if you just push the tempo faster and not give this animate the timing that he needs. If you look at it right, this Death Prophet, as long as you get on top of him, don't let a good Sand King initiation go, then the damage is going to run out at some point for Team Secret. You just like really quickly burst down that DP, then the fight is probably yours.
Yeah, S4 getting the last pick as well. So maybe what we were talking about earlier is coming to fruition.
Should be able to have a good lane and have a good game as well. Yeah.
Let's see how they get on then as we move into game number 3, ladies and gentlemen, of the grand final.
It's time to get game 3 underway. The teams are playing chicken in the first part. The band's Io gets through the pool. We get a Yapsaw Enigma. But things start to get a little bit odd, Kyle, when we start to move through the end of the draft, ending it with a Centaur War Runner for S4.
Yeah, I was expecting a Slardar, just so they had more tools of damage amp to try and take out this Animage. But like Cap said, this is about more tempo. You don't have answers to Nisha's hero any longer, but if you push the pace, if you take early towers, if you look at the EG course, they can all become so survivable. They all will be plus behind them. Secret will have damage issues if you let the EG roster take too many towers early.
Yeah, and I'm wondering now, like, if EG can have damage issues, what's the tempo you do play? Like, okay, you're running a Centaur. I think you were flagging it perfectly where Team Secret, they engage, disengage, engage, disengage.
Exactly.
How do you do that when Stampede's on the field? And do you then have to prioritize this? Like, how many auras do you need for EG to really make this lineup work? How long does S4 need before he comes online?
It's a tough question, Toby. A lot depends on the way they want to itemize, how they feel to move around the map. I actually think it's Secret here that are more pressured into making the tough choices. You've got these long cooldowns you want to play around, notably mid-one's ultimate. It's so important that they take the right fights, and if they're not willing to do so, they need to try and use the Enigma, use the DP to push lanes.
Puppy's up on the hillside. Observer Wall's being planted down. There's already one prepared from Team Secret, but they want this stun. If they can just close the distance with Puppy, they could find it, but it won't happen. Instead, they're making sure that Yapsaw, it's so great to see EG do this early on. They're sentry warding up one of the camps, and this is the area where Yapsaw has just been farming the entire time when he's ever been Radiant Enigma.
Really well done. I love what he's just, and they get the sentry ward on the ward as well, so a double value.
Both camps blocked up. They're already pinging one of them, but at this point, if you're Yapsaw, do you just say, you don't screw it, I'm just going to take the 2 camps next to the mid lane, and what has your 200 really got back? It got back the kill on the ward. That's your upside.
And this is really well done by EG. Second game in a row, I feel like they've game planned around what Secret looked to do here.
Do you also like this from Secret? The mix-up of lanes. So mid one's heading towards the top lane. The first time in a while that he's not playing that mid lane. And then you put Nisha as the anti-mage. He'll get the matchup with Lashrak. If he can close that distance and get some mana burn off, they may really start to cramp Sumail's style for once. It's
just a better matchup, Toby. And I think the Death Prophet up top is able to play way more aggressive into the Centaur. You don't want AM versus Centaur. You lose that trade. Centaur does not need mana ever to harass you and outlast it because the retaliate. Death Prophet, however, you get those really nice drains off of. You can sustain through that harass as you flick in. It's also meaning that your win condition will have the optimum amount of experience. As you can see,
Fly's in a little bit of trouble. Spirit Siphon's making him lose a lot of life. He's already having to back up with 3 tangos, but Puppy's with the disruption, just taking a lot of his life away. But now Puppy's actually in a little bit of water hurt. So they're both going to cop just as much harassment as each other.
Lanes definitely favor Secret in the sense that they got the matchups they wanted. However, does not mean they'll win this phase.
It's still crazy to think that like Puppy is such a boss with that sentry ward, getting both of the sentry wards opening up the camps for Yapsaw.
It's more of a miscue from EG, to be fair. They placed that bottom more to the left side of the camp. It's not possible.
For my
Still, not to take it away. Just,
Just a freebie for
Yeah,
now.
he wanted to get one. You know, Puppy's not that much of a mastermind, even if he is one of the greater drafters in Dota 2 history. Mid lane, I think this is the first time I've seen Sumail lose the opening lane. Obviously, he's got a ton of CS under tower, but it's very difficult to last it here. Don't have the damage to do so. You want to play more aggressive. That's how Sumail likes to lane here, but against an AM, you can see that 2 points mana burn, 40 a hit. Sumail cannot play as aggressive as he usually does here.
Yep, not one niche is there. But I'm liking watching Zion in the safe lane, just using Sandstorm to stay on top of the creep wave. But I'm wondering just how Arteezy makes the most out of this, because obviously we've seen a lot of farm Arteezy, we've seen a lot of life stealers from Arteezy. How's he meant to itemize to be successful? Okay, well, when he does, that's an easy consumable item, but Zion went for the early Fire Strike level. Arteezy doesn't want to give this up, and with support from Crit, they can continuously dive under the town, but he won't go any further.
And we see this a lot, especially when you have a Wisp pairing. Arteezy started the game with that Orb of Venom, and then the early dust on Crit. They want to apply pressure to Zai and ensure they get utter free farm on the Arteezy Lifestealer.
And are Puppy and Fly ever going to stop hitting each other? Like, it's just this never-ending battle along the river. He's still number one, but he's trying to make sure that Fly just has to hit himself now.
Yep. And imagine, though, if this was an AM top, right? This would be so much more dangerous for Secret. Because he's middle, they're able to stabilize through this laning phase. Even though they're a bit behind, to be expected. It's just about stabilization. You want to preserve an even game and take that one fight with your huge ultimates that turn it in your favor.
Yeah, and actually because Puppy is doing this, it means YapzOr doesn't have any kind of pressure on him. He can continuously just farm himself up and become that fourth core of Team Secret around those huge team fights. But Esports still getting some decent CS up on top. Like, eventually at one point he'll come over and do something about a Puppy, and with the slow, this may be the place to do it. But disruption available, up on S4, and Puppy goes back into the neutrals. He understands he can potentially deny himself up the wall, but to keep the run going as YapzOr is actually rotating over. Gets the damage into S4. He'll need to go for another Hoof-Stomp just to keep mid one under control and give some space to Fly. But another Spirit Siphon, S4 wants to get more damage in. And he'll get it.
That max retaliate, he's hitting for over 180 with that popped. Bottom lane, though, there's a lot of stacking going on for Crit. Actually, not stacking, he's just farming. He's going to stack at the same time because Artur can just lane down bottom. 2 points feast. Zai continuously pushing the lane. More of trading here. And it's just one way to deal with the Enigma jungle, right? Just create a jungler of your own.
As long as he doesn't get himself killed off, that's fine. Salve will let him sustain.
Something we used to see a couple patches back, but again, we haven't seen in a while, mostly because Wisp hasn't been in Dota 2. You can actually jungle pretty efficiently just because the way balls don't proc on the creep, so you keep doing this AoE damage, and then when they explode, they do the full damage as they would to a hero. So very easy for Crit to try and accelerate here, farming as much in jungle as Crit or YapzOr is, but of course he's not getting that deny. So not helping out his off-laner quite as much, but no big deal.
Yeah, and he did have to leech a lot of the experience from Arteezy. That was the other downside. In fact, the Death Prophet can set a lot more solo with
Crit.
the heads up.
He anchored the Ancients by accident, got the 3 HP. He popped Salve after Fairy Firing, otherwise he would have died. Has the bottle now, and will grab both bounties up top, though. Puppy will get both in trade.
That's that pressure. And Nisha, that other slight little fun thing, spell block. You can see the lightning being channeled. Fly could also see Team Secret running towards him, that dire observe ward inside the lane. It's allowed S4 to play this lane very confidently, knowing when he can move forward and now when he has to retreat.
And this is just, I want to put tabs in the mid lane here. Just like Kevin went over in that mid-series segment, EG love helping Sumail on the slash. He turns mana into damage. So Crit leaves the one bounty room, comes mid, pops the ball, uses all 3 bottle charges to get Sumail back to full HP and mana. Now he goes to grab it and again, return to help Arteezy. But this has allowed Sumail to now just take control of the lane. As soon as he gets 6th, it'll be a little more dicey for Nisha.
And this is not what Team Secret wanted. Team Secret want to get down to that middle lane and add some level of aggression, but EG have been so stable on this top lane. Regen instantly cancelled. But Observe Ward's going to get dewatered. This was a pretty late ward that was already planted out, but Puppy was going to go for S4, isolated the catcher. That's going to run all on top of S4 with the solid damage from the both here to ensure they survive. Use that Spirit Siphon to get some distance, but the Hoof-Stomp is down. Is there enough damage coming in from these conversions? With Puppy in the tree lines, they don't have much more to give. And the Spirit Siphon's giving everything back. They want to
Dire's middle tower's in trouble.
Cooldown right now. Crit's already helped to get one of these kills. The Mal was making it difficult for S4 to close it.
Radiant's bottom tower's still there. But not for long.
Playing him the trees. The stun from S4 stops at least the killing him off, but it will not stop mid-one. A double kill for the off-laner Death Prophet. Punishing EG.
Dire's top tower might
Immediately
be
skills up
going
the ultimate to
down.
try and apply some tower damage. I'm sure S4 will TP back, but you have a catapult here. You still have 3 heroes. Really well played by Secret. Outplaying
Dire's
EG in
top
that
tower
side
is
shot.
under
You
attack.
can see the strength of the Death Prophet.
Dire's putting up a barricade.
And the catch. There's so much damage. Everybody keeps their distance. There is no full stop. He TPs to return just to die. And that now makes this top lane a guaranteed tier 1 tower
Dire's
down
top
in
tower is
7
under
minutes.
attack.
Flashback to that first game.
Dire's
S4
top
tied.
tower has
Had
fallen.
a couple of miscues, some extra deaths.
The 0-8
Secret
tied
towards
up.
advantage. Exactly.
He doesn't have the big ultimate like Ravage that could just be used to still have a purpose in the game.
The problem is there that the Wisp had used his TP, so you're not ever going to be playing as 2. Crit would have had to run all the way out there. He's just not in time. And Secret, they had set up for that. They know that only that one hero will come in. So unless they wanted to move Arteezy towards top, there's no way you're going to be able to defend that tower once the exorcism is popped.
Keep in mind the fact
Radiant's
that
middle tower is
Samel's
not
up there. They
feeling
were
the
still
love.
farming up. They're still getting a hell of a lot. Samel's going to get a double damage rune. Arteezy's not going to be slowed down on his Midas timing either. And EG's on the hunt. That's a really nice observer ward right next there. Fly's going to loop around the tree lines to find it right next to the Dire Shrine. So it does end up going down.
So far, so good for both sides. Secret, I think they're happy with what they got so far. And me, like, it's all about the exorcism efficiency. If you can get a tower per, you're going to be happy. Their next move wants to be mid. You want to try and find a kill on Sumel, open up the map for your side. And that's what will really allow Nisha to accelerate into the game, the space. He wants structures down so that he can consistently cut waves safely. Allows Puppey as well to get those deep wards off.
Don't let the courier die. Into clarity for Death Prophet, but she's in a little bit of trouble. 10 more charges are available. Spirit Siphon's already been burned. Mid one just begins its TP. They have no more stuns. That was a little too easy.
That Spirit Siphon, you're playing against 2 strength heroes with tons of max HP. Well, Ogre Intelligence, but double damage. He's just so damn beefy. Crit's still jungling. He'll be level 6 soon. And I like this. They've actually just moved Nisha full time to the jungle with that max efficiency build. Double Wraith Band into Glove of Haste. Let Puppey try and recover, get some XP middle in the meantime.
Yep.
There's the veil
if
you were
someone
talking
does come close enough, he can just disrupt them and disengage. Smell won't let this happen, however. Quick Ignite and Lightning. He's adding some presence to this middle lane.
Yap is almost at a mech as well. The Secret team fight is going to be so strong here. EG's going to have to be careful. They want to be playing more of a skirmish
Puppey's
pickball
dead.
game.
Puppey's actually totally trapped. Gonna go for disruption. S4. Crit's gonna stay with it. As they run forward, Stampede's on cool. But it won't be he'll arrive with that best. He just burns down. Mid one with the Chris one doesn't work. Tripping into his own TP. There's no more stuns available.
Lucky find.
So he will be able to get away to safety.
Look at this though. What time is it? Catapult wave. It's on the way. The exorcism.
Dire stretches are fortified.
Exactly what you're looking to do with your Team Secret. They already get the glyph. YapzOr pops the Midnight Pulse just to try and create area control. So long as they have spacing, they should be fine. Their big concern is the Stampede and double stuns. But with Zai here with that early veil, I just don't see EG able to contest this. And
Fly's down to speak.
Fly's
right in front of the tier 2 tower. With the fire coming in from Oscar, it is EG who has the number. Trying to save YapzOr by disrupting him.
Double kill.
End up dying to Sumail and Arteezy. Deep is the name of this. Almost the tier 2 tower chasing down mid one. But EG can have
Dire's putting the hurt on Radiant's middle tower.
Running with the
Radiant structures are fortified.
So much damage.
I neglected to realize that as Sumail died, he picked up that arcane rune. So when he's
Radiant's
back
middle
into the
tower
fight,
is under attack.
he's spamming his spells with cooldowns that should not be possible. And Secret, they just don't recognize the amount of damage this hero
Secret
can
are
deal.
fighting.
It's bottom tower.
He needs some help. Our strikes have to be used defensively, but it will mean mean EG will back away from the tier 1 tower.
I like that move from EG. They had to defend the tower.
Radiant's
They brought all
bottom
five.
tower
They even
is
brought
under
back on
attack.
Fly. Secret still
Dire's
looks
middle
like they might
tower is
continue to
under
pursue.
attack.
They still have the Enigma Black Hole. If they had mech for that engagement, Yapster was only 200 gold away. It might
Radiant's
tell a
bottom
different
tower
story.
needs a hand.
But either way, well done by EG. Now they're going to move out.
It's like they really want to continue to fight. They were very close to the reward, but they're looking for
Radiant's
a target
bottom
in mid.
tower is
Black
under
Hole
attack.
is still available. Defensive disruptions. That is Nisha farming the top lane, pretty much uncontested. That'll be the better target to
Radiant's
try and
bottom
get.
tower needs a
Difficult to
hand.
claim, however. Counterspell, lost blink, makes him difficult to lock down.
Yeah.
Dire's
And you
top
can see the
tower is
space
about to
by
be
Secret in that
Radiant's
fight,
top
right?
trouble.
The
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They knew it. Counterspell and then perfect chain stun. Nisha down.
Radiant's bottom
It's
tower
not
needs
just
a
the
hand.
death, it's the death timer. He's on the sidelines for a half a minute.
Dude, and it's the warding from Fly. We saw this yesterday in that upper bracket final. That one ward in their own jungle because they know that Secret want to be playing in the top woods, not their own. Now they move back towards middle, ensure they can defend the tower. Arteezy still on the bottom. Going for the Midas Radiance. His typical build. Sumail finishing Kaya first, not the Yules from last game. I like the decision though, just because of the mana cost and mana loss reduction. Very good against the Anti-Mage.
And it's also more natural for him in this game, right? Because you don't have that Chen just to pull him in.
Yeah.
So running BTs and TP scroll not as efficient. High movement speed, however, that's very efficient. Puppy's able to get a little bit of a quick D-ward out, try and remove that good vision from evil geniuses. Meaning that the two observer wars they have still left up. One's going to time out pretty soon, but just mainly watching the northern side of the map.
Secret, they're just looking for the opportunity. Not quite level 6 on Puppy. They want a fight. They've got the ults up. They've got mech. It's just finding that opportunity. And it looks like mid one's going to be just first item rushing the axe. So his farming speed won't be as
Radiant's middle
fast as
tower
it
is
would if he
under
had some
attack.
item that included a Void Stone in his build-up. But it does mean that the timing push around 20 minutes or so, that's where Secret could look to just get very offensive, or at the very least take fights as 4 as Nisha farms around the map. Still a Demon Edge and Recipe away from Battlefield though, 2,000 gold.
Actually kind of crazy how fast Arteezy pushes down the wave, because it allows Zai just to continuously be safe near his tier 1 tower. He's very good at level 4 Pyro Strike. He's closing in on that Blink Dagger, and that'll make Zai very elusive in these side lanes.
And it also allows Secret the opportunity to find kills. You look at their draft, what's missing is that true initiator. The Sand King Blink will allow them to collapse, pop their ults, and not be susceptible to the mobility of EG, who could theoretically, you just stampede out. You have no other method of catch right now. Sure, you could dispel, you could disrupt. Not dispel the center ult, of course, but you could pop the purge, slow him after. Arteezy finding Ancients. Just a passive game thus far. Another Arcane Rune on Sumail, and I like this decision. He's actually going to be going
Radiant's
the
bottom
BKB
tower is
rush.
under attack.
So not doubling down on that mobility, like I'm a superstar style he was doing for the previous 2 days, even last game. He wants to ensure that when Secret's at this timing, he's able to stand and fight strong. He's really the true damage out there.
That's problematic. Sumail staying in range. The tent is not going to be broken. Crypt will get up the hill. They burn defensive stampede. All of this was for the bounty runes.
Fine with that. 3 runes do go the way of Secrets. They take a slight gold edge, 6 to 6, 15 minutes in.
But Arteezy still has so much space. He's 7.3k net worth, closing in on that Radiance as
Radiant's
time
bottom
continues
tower
to
needs a
tick
hand.
We just got to smoke though, because Zai has the blink and mid tower is still the objective. This is what Secret want. All the roads are active. EG got to be cautious.
EG don't want to fight yet. The Centaur's blinked out. It's going to take another 5 seconds before it will arrive, but Team Secret
Dire
already
structures
has the
are
pressure to the
fortified.
tier 1. No fortification left anymore.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And they're so close. Anybody. In fact, N4, he did not realize that Midnight Pulse turns over towards mid one, battling against the X's of
This top tower is about to be Radiant's top front. Double kill.
Double kill, but Chris back to the fight.
Dire's top tower. Double kill.
Cripple finally falls.
Double kill tower. Ain't a tower no more.
Stands. and delivers. But he delivers to 4 players of Secret.
Exactly, there's no Nisha here. He's still split pushing top. He got the tower. Battle Fury will be completed once the Fury gets to the secret shop. Well done by RTG. Once again, making that rotation. He'll finish his Radiance. So both these cores coming online, but it certainly favors the Lifestealer at this timing. That fight would be so different. Puppey was looking top right. Didn't see that Yapster had been initiated on by S4 with his blink reveal. Yes, you get the mech off. You actually get the ult off on Yapster, but he died immediately after. If he's able to mech and get spells off, control, that fight could be much better for Secret. Instead, RTG cleans up.
You're going to roll these sides is available. Already RTZ, however, ranges and defensive stampede once again from S4. Having to be triggered.
Both teams playing so well around the map.
It's like they understand where it's coming from. Let's watch this once more. So Zai wraps around.
Big initiation, but he doesn't get the double stun. Watch Puppey though. He's looking to the right. S4 in the meantime is just killing off Yapsor. Puppey, he's trying to all in Sumail, but there's the Wisp just continuing to regen. Yap has to use his ultimate just on whoever's in range. It's just the Centaur that's not a real target. And if you look at this crit, almost gets the relocate off. Just 0.2 seconds. Very good.
Killing spree!
But they rejoin the action. Puppey's gone down, and EG can pursue more.
Yeah, he was caught out by the blink dagger of S4. Able to get the stun. Everyone followed through. Zai's in trouble. You know, Pyro Strike deeper inside the trees, but the ball's feeling Zai in the trees. Samel will cut him down with a split.
Dire's top tower is under
Quick
attack.
kills from Evil Geniuses, and they can start to add some pressure elsewhere, but they're also being pressured on top. Creep waves underneath the tier 3 tower. And Nisha is still farming up
Radiant's
inside the
bottom
jungle,
tower needs a
making
hand.
sure this mid lane and top lane never gets across the river.
He also went for the blink cast range, not the 15 agility.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
looking
attack.
to just split. He is not team fighter in this game. He'll join, but it's going to be to clean up. He just wants to continue to apply pressure to the map. EG's catch for him is limited. It's their team fight and overall damage output that gives the lineup its strengths.
This time it's also Team Secret who have the vision. That Observer Ward Sentry combo sees Crit, Sumail, and now Fly moving to the north. And I think the Observer Ward may have scouted out the fact that Fly just warded if they were watching it closely. Now the ping came out very shortly after.
And check out the item on mid one, level 12 with Aghanims. This is a huge timing for the DP. Even though he's only 8,000 net worth, it's one of those scenarios where the amount of gold spent to damage is just incredibly high. It's just a matter of keeping the dev profit alive. That's going to be the target EG want a gun for in these team fights.
It's amazing how fast this farm starts to catch up for an English. Almost bad effect to take down.
Do you walk to the road or do you push tower? That's what Secret's got to make the decision.
Yeah, Vex is him up and they're turning.
Dire's middle
They're
tower
coming
looks
back.
to be
Observers and
disintegrating.
sentries being planted down, Puppey, ensuring they have vision superiority. They got 3
Dire is
wards.
scanning for enemies.
Risky though. Bounty runes are spawning in 25
Dire's
seconds.
middle tower is under attack.
Vexes are being planted. Extra couple of copies of Nisha.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
They are not letting this go. Remember, S4's got the blink. They cannot be grouped up. Yapsor have ready for the fight.
Radiant's middle tower is not feeling the run. Killing spree! Double kill!
It's a support for a support trade-off, at least at the end, but it's still 4 for 1 overall.
You gotta go for the runes. You can see pinged out bottom. Nishan instead blinks towards middle. Arteezy will chase him.
Yapsor, double Yapsor? Hey. If Arteezy raged, and I was wondering if he had the attack speed to actually kill Yapsor before the TP completed.
See, that's so huge. It's not just the fight. It was the lane 11, now 15, 12, but it's the 4 bounty runes. Secret, they do this so
Radiant's
well. They go
middle
for
tower
rogues.
is under
It's all
attack.
just to bait EG into a fight.
Radiant
somehow
called
gets
in
a
the
2-man black hole.
fortification.
100 to 0 is S4. No response available for EG.
It was the same type of trap that they tried, that they actually succeeded running against Gambit.
And you can see, even though Sumail had more network at the start of that fight, the ramp down the deep.
Easy burst strike. He has rage available. Sumail's going to be there. Stampede. They really want to move forward. It's just for the team.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
That goes in really deep. Gets the hoof so far. Yapsor still for his own fight with the mount.
Dominate! Don't look good!
Evil Geniuses. They really didn't want that, but S4
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Dire structures are
Second or third
fortified.
time he's made a play that
Dire's
just
bottom
wasn't
tower
really
is
what his
under
teammates were
attack.
looking to do. Only lose the Centaur, not a huge punish. They got the tower as well. Build's complete now on the Death Prophet. You can see the silence as well. Super effective. It's great against these Wisp lineups. Io and Ogre, you don't have any method of engaging in the fight other than like walking, tethering forwards. Very easy for mid one to land the silence.
It also seems really hard for Arteezy to know when he's meant to be raging up.
It's a good point because if he rages too early,
This only
silence again.
happens when
He might just get
you're
Shadow Demon
around.
ulted through it. If he doesn't rage and he gets disrupted, you're also able to land the Soul Catcher health removal in the truck, plus you have Radiance for your side. Shadow Demon in this game, super effective.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant are scanning for enemies.
No buff ups, they didn't have
But
the
top tower's under
They
attack.
don't have enough strength for the team fight.
Yeah, I really want to reiterate just this max HP based damage concept that Secret's running with. You've got the Siphon on the Death Prophet, but the Shadow Demon's Soul Catcher, it's pure damage. 40% health removed. Sure, you get it back in 10 seconds, half of it at least, but there's so much damage output from Secret that you won't be able to engage. And heroes like Centaur, like Lifestealer, that's a lot of damage. It's like 800.
Radiant's bottom
It's kind
tower
of
needs a
hilarious when you say
hand.
that. It's like, oh, but we got Midnight Pulse. This should work. This shouldn't work.
Oh, yeah, I
But
forgot.
it's
Radiant
like,
fortified
there's
constructions.
one more.
Pretty good move if you
You
ask
just
me.
keep adding them up and adding them up.
Radiant's
and
bottom
they
tower is
don't have
under
to do them all
attack.
at the same time. It's just chain from
Dire's
one to
middle
the next
tower
to the
looks
next.
to be
where
disintegrating.
PG, it's the same kind of problem when you talk about like when do I do it? It's like, well, I've got 3 problems, not just one
Dire's
to play
middle
around.
tower is under
You have
attack.
the armlet, now a Deso on Arteezy. He's trying to go with his minus
Dire's
armor,
middle tower
max
is falling.
raw damage build, but Secret, they have no intention of letting him get too much more farm.
Radiant's
They might
bottom
look to
tower
just push
needs a
high ground here.
hand.
You've got Manta ready on the end, and
Radiant's
Aegis.
bottom
They just want
tower
to kill
must have
Sly.
been dizzy.
TPs are coming back.
Dire's
in
top
again.
tower is under attack.
Here comes Nisha, looking at the creep wave, beat to the tier 3 tower, no fortification available. Arteezy will move forward. The armor is up and ready to fight with Desolator Radiant, so he's feeling a little bit more combat ready.
Yeah, just more macro moves from Team Secret. They love to do this. First with the Roche, now with the tier 3. Drag EG back into the base. Immediately split. However, there was a smoke. EG gonna look to hunt. However,
Dire are
there is an
scanning.
Aegis available, and
Trying to
Secret are
find
aware.
those sneaky
S4 can
bums.
see Yamsor backing out. It's coming in. They really want this kill. Just far enough away to ensure it. But Samael, you know, once he turned on that edict, Yamsor does not survive. His BKB's not ready yet. He went for Blink Dagger number 1.
Secret just a few seconds too slow on that move. There's no way you expect EG to make that aggressive a maneuver. Stampede and relocate just to find Yapsor. Again, all set up by that ward of Fly.
Here
Just
they
as it
go,
fades.
not S4 again. He's been the punching bag of Team Secret, but is it really? Here comes the back.
Double kill.
Finally get the double kill, moves attention towards Nisha, who's blinked himself away to safety. This really was a trap. Now set up the other way side, get the TP out, no recovery. There's no optimal will connect. 4 players down from Team Secret, who are the ones who want to be the aggressors in this engagement. But it was EG's trap that was sprung.
Arteezy and Sumail just do way too much damage. Sure, Sumail or S4's game is just tough. You saw him get disrupted in the Soul Catcher. He came out into the Sand King Stun, he just died.
Yep.
But Artur is doing so much DPS with the Armlet Deso. He is shredding through
Radiant's
everyone.
top tower
Even the
ain't
mid
looking
one
too
is this force.
steady.
He has a play now. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
He's just getting clicked down. Again, you can see though that the
Radiant's top tower has
if
fallen.
the DP survives, Secret will start to turn that fight around. And bear in mind, once again, it was 4-on-5. There's no Yapsor in that fight.
Yep, and DP probably would have survived if Puppy didn't use the aggressive disruption, because that was one of the big
Radiant's
saving
top
things.
tower
When
is under
DP was
attack.
picked up, you're always thinking like, oh, you use an SD, you use a Dazzle, and you'll see it right here. So Puppy comes in, he starts on S4, and that's when Simone's like, instantly, we know we can open up on mid 1, and there's nothing Puppy can do to stop it.
But you can see there, Nisha went for
Dire's
left,
bottom
right? But
tower's
Sumail's
getting
got
pushed
that
around.
early BKB. That's a very important mechanic to
Dire's
watch out for,
bottom
because
tower
as
is
that duration
fallen.
decreases, it gets harder and harder for him to play around Nisha, and you're always susceptible. to catching one big mana void and not just dying, but potentially blowing up your team.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I actually kind of just love the concept in a way. Like the last pickup, the Centaur comes in, maybe you switch and say, well, maybe they should have switched Leshrac to a 3 position, but they're understanding it. S4's going in for this Aghanim Scepter. He's about 2,200 away from completing it. Once this is up, EG get that strength they need to disengage from Secret or engage on Secret, and we've seen EG willing to use the Stampede in both situations.
And it's something other teams, as soon as Lesh is playing into a game like this, they just move it to the 3. They're so confident in the Sumail Lesh that they don't mind. Yeah, let's the change up in his item build as well. He had the BKB, now for a blink, follow up Hex. Because you need to be able to hunt this Anti-Mage and win fights in that small window of your immunity. Oh, nice blink from Namsor.
Smells right next to him, but he doesn't see him. Now he'll see him, but a little too late. No Yule Sipper, so no instant disable. On top. Aegis Immortal's already being cracked. Resign won't connect. The Mana Void just cancelling the easy tether away from Crit. But that's why they've got Stampede. High movement speed. They get away with Murder. Sorta. He had Reincarn.
Thing. AM against Lifestealer, is AM favored in a sense that you can split push around the map? You're never really forced to go toe-to-toe with the Lifestealer. The problem is that Arteezy is so farmed, and because of his item build, because of the 20% evasion talent, it's almost like Nisha can never really target him. So as long as Arteezy is able to get on top of mid one, it doesn't really matter what Nisha's doing because the Secret damage output needs mid one to survive. But it's so difficult to run away from a Lifestealer with Bloodlust. He's 450. That's without phase boots even being activated.
You kind of actually need to kill the Lifestealer. Arteezy does this build time and time again, where he's able to have the sustain, he's able to mess with the fights because he's got Radiance and he's got Assault Cuirass. Yep. So he's already adding this up, which frees up S4 to go for the other cool items. So he's get the pipe, but he could go into Aghanim Scepter.
Yep. You really want an aggressive disrupt into Soul Catcher on the Lifestealer if you want to take it down. Not just for that pure damage, but also because you want to have Radiance in the fight for yourselves. The Enigma, that's the answer. We've seen it against Trolls, against Fens, against Lifestealers. Any of these heroes, melee, high damage, that rely on spell immunity to deal damage. If you can catch them in the Midnight Pulse, pop an ultimate, it's like 50% of their HP pool they're going to lose in that duration. Scotty up on the AM wants to ensure that he can stay on top of the Lifestealer of the Lesh. He's not really a target for reasons we've mentioned. The catch on EG is low. And he will be able now to just be disruptive in these fights.
That's something Niche definitely has to do. He has to have a big presence on that front. He could already do the split push with the Battle Fury. But both teams are trying to settle down for the moment and just regather their ideas and their next key items. Like the BKB for mid one's going to make him very difficult to kill. Next time this jump in from the track won't be as successful.
And I think more importantly, the YapzOr BKB. There's no method of BKB disable on the side of EG.
Dire's top tower is about to be Radiant's top trouble.
Lifestealer. I mean, look at the net worth disparity, right? Both teams kind of sticking with their identity. EG all in on their 2 big cores. Secret, sure, Nisha's ahead of the game, but very much more a 4 and 1.
I'm looking for a target, Nisha.
Dire's top tower is about to be Radiant's
Really want to go on this one, and they might be able to. No, they can't. He actually blinked left. They went the other way.
Dangerous, though. You can see EG very trigger happy.
Just the way he walked that, too. Like, was that like one step to the right and then blink back to the west? Didn't see it coming.
Yeah, he went for the blink cooldown talent as well. Again, just demonstrating it's about big waves, pushing out the map, finding opportunities for Secret to engage and capitalize on EG being spread out.
Tis mine.
Now they can think about the 30-minute runes. Critical balls kind of like tell them that they are most definitely sitting up high. And Zayas move towards the north, so it will still be a 2-2 rune trade. Yep, keeping things very, very close. This has probably actually been like the closest movement up. Yeah, the experience graph got a little bit more of a bump inside of it, giving it almost a 6,500 advantage in experience at one point to Team Secret, but there's not even 2,000 in this.
Oh, it's definitely anyone's game, Toby. I like what's either here. We see EG do this when Sumail's playing against Lesh, or rather Wisp. They're always trying to make sure somebody gets an early bots. Zai, he TP's top, but with this item, he's always able to join his team. You remove the Wisp's ability to play split, create some kind of advantage.
Huge item has arrived. It's the BKB Blink Enigma of YapzOr.
Yep.
They have nothing that moves through this to cancel it. So whoever YapzOr catches is full.
And this is the benefit of the Secret style, where if they can all in and kill Arteezy, EG will not be able to win fights anymore. And they have the tools to do so. You just need to be careful about the crit Wisp. He's played incredible so far, about to hit level 20.
do they actually have the direct damage to catch Arteezy? If he's caught inside the black hole, does Death Prophet as well as Animage together have enough? Especially considering Niche is going for this Skadi as well as AC style build. It's not like this critting PA or high damage critting Juggernaut and Wraith King style.
It's about Nisha, yeah. This is the way I think you need to have survivability. You need HP and you need armor.
Yeah.
You could go Butterfly, but the problem is Lifestealer is a natural MKB builder. The moment you reveal that that's where you're headed, Arteezy picks up an MKB, it's a cheaper item, and it just removes that effectiveness in terms of increasing your survivability, and that's what's the key. So
yeah, I'm just wondering if they can kill Arteezy though. Like, you catch him, can you kill him?
Yes.
Answer the question, no they can't. Crit and a tether in. Relocate Arteezy just an inch further back.
You can see the discipline from Yapstar. He didn't commit the ultimate because he knew that they didn't have vision on Crit, who was, of course, in the area, ready to protect.
Yep, that relocation now the blue fire is correct. But hey guys, yep, that's a real one. You got him.
The cost
and Wisp, he also goes to the 150 GPM talent instead of the Tether Grand Scepter bonus because there's just no one on his team that can utilize it as well as, say, a gyro code.
Roshan
Dire
has
is
16
scanning
seconds.
for enemies.
Yep.
Then he will respawn.
You have Crit as well.
But look what Samel's already up to. Pushing out the bottom lane, trying to get him to look around the sides. He still hasn't finished up this side device. He still hasn't got that disable yet.
He's so close, though. I'm curious, will he go for the evasion or Pulse Nova damage? Of course, Pulse Nova damage. I should have guessed. It's Sumail. He wants to do as much DPS as possible.
regeneration.
Bottom all. He's a Targaryen king. Move towards Roshan. As he is up now, mid one has Exorcism level 3 available. High damage and mid one. Does he want to commit insult? Yes, he will. Need to blink in, instantly stunned up. Hopefully that's not a tale of things to come. A pumping will make 4 nations. Never get enough. EG in no position to do this. Iron is too far away. I think it's finally coming in from Arteezy. But Roshan died so quickly that the down from Puppy is helping him out.
Roshan has gone.
EG's taken an EG. They were smoked up, but they never found their opportunity.
Well, this is a huge power spike for Secret. Level 20 on mid one, plus 500 health.
Looking to ping out. It's like, well, okay, we can't get Roshan. We may be able to kill something else. They're heading down south. Dust is into the inventory for Ogre. So they do have reveal. And Arteezy turned up the radiance just so he wouldn't reveal anything, but doesn't matter when Zai TP's away to safety.
Be careful. Now Nisha queues up for the butterfly because he sees the basher from Arteezy. There won't be any slots for that MKB until the Abyssal's complete or he swaps out Armlet for it.
Just loving the ability for both of these teams. And at this point, we're so excited to have both these teams in the grand final. They're watching everything. They're making the most of everything. You're going for this item timing. Will either beat you or will change from you after.
Very tense. 7k gold lead for Secret. Still, they...
And he mentions 25.
They have BKB on Yapstar. He's going for the Shadow Blade next. It's like one of those games where it's not... He has all he needs to ensure the black hole gets off, other than superior positioning information. So he's itemizing to ensure that that is the case.
Trying to work out how much damage goes into Nietzsche. So he's got the plus 25% counterspell magic resistance.
Yeah,
Just like increasing his survivability, increasing mid ones, but it's just also insane that he's 5 levels ahead of mid one. He's just been all over the map, this anti-mage.
Yeah, effectively means Jamel is going to do 25% less damage with that. Technically, he wants to be able to hunt the anti-mage, but truthfully, he needs Arteezy inside of him, and that's part of the reason I like this item so much. You have limited catch, limited ways to keep Artur on targets. If he can infest Sumail as he hops forward into a fight, they could theoretically just explode any Secret hero they find. It's all about the save, though. Secret, they're looking for crits. Wisp,
Yep.
G, you gotta find something in the Shadow Demon before the initiative.
Fire Strike comes in over an Arteezy.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Killing spree! Radiant's middle tower is not feeling the love.
Just overwhelming damage. 2 heroes down from EG. But the bigger thing, no buyback for these cores. Sumail and Arteezy are dead, and money cannot save them.
It's gonna be 1 Rax, maybe even 2. Well, ooh, the silence just a hair late. Bottom lane, they're gonna TP in with Shadow Demon's buyback as well.
They want to kill off S4.
Dire's top tower. Power moment. Dire's top barracks are feeling the pressure.
He's caught sight of everyone. Meanwhile, back inside the base, Nisha, they're taking the tier 3. They're working on the melee ranks. Crit knows there's very little he can do about this.
Radiant showing no
They'll
mercy.
actually go for
Dire's
tier 4.
top barracks.
T1's opening up. They want to end this game. Right
Dire
now.
structures top.
By the filter
They wanna be
moments,
true
I
one
will
up against
avenge
evil
my
geniuses of
dishonor.
EG. Centaur will buy back. He'll look for their opportunity as now Nisha moves to the tier 3 towers and they whip to the tier 4s to force the buyback.
Dire's top barracks are under attack.
More macro from Secret.
Dire's middle tower
Do
is
not buy
falling.
back to defend second racks, knowing that the tier 2 bomber is Vegas. But you can't with your
Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
He's alive, but all he can do is
Dire's
serve as
middle
an honor
barracks
guard
has
as he
fallen.
watches Secret clear out another racks and exit his base.
Puppy, he actually forced the blink of S4, trying to use the net there. Puppy's managed to find destruction. Stampede up the hill through the trees, then turns back around again. Multi-counts on Death Prophet, but they don't want to fight this. The man has survived, but he doesn't hit the split earth stun. Instead, he finds Puppy over in the trees, letting that hex go to work, and Puppy will die as a sheep. Maybe they can find more with Arteezy jumping forward. Does he find someone? No, he does not. Movement speed is high, however. The balls are coming closer and closer towards Yapsaw. 3 seconds before the relocate is done. The Wisp Spirit Ball that connect. Ballstaff is there from Zai to give that extra distance for Yapsaw to survive.
EG, they just don't have the tools to engage Secret right now. They have the Ags on Centaur because they recognize, look, we can't stop Yapsaw from black holing us, but at least we can try and reduce some damage inside of it. The problem is that Secret, they're just
Dire's top shrine is
too
under
much.
attack.
There's too many heroes to deal with. This is the concept that Secret have abused on their way to dominating this season, where all 4
Dire's top
of their
shrine is
non-puppy
fallen.
players are so powerful. And here they come.
Dominating! Double kill!
Successful, but with that, Team Secret once again, Samael and Arteezy do not have buyback. Secret will push towards the officially through the bottom. Gain megas, make it clean.
No buyback on either of EG's cores.
Dire's bottom shrine is under attack.
All they need to do is wait for this creep wave. The base will open itself up. Could theoretically even go
Dire's
into your
bottom shrine is fallen. Dire's bottom tower.
performance
Don't
from
look
Secret.
good.
It really has been. From both sides, really, but obviously this draft is something the Puppy needs to be praised for throughout this entire tournament.
Dire's
The
bottom
Crusades just run,
tower is
everyone was
under
still getting
attack.
Used to this brand new patch, and Team Secret, my God, they adapt.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Early to win it. He is 13,
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Present for all of one of Secret's
Hey,
kills.
where's Dire's bottom tower?
What does EG even do?
Dire's bottom
They
barracks
don't
are
have
under
a
attack.
focus,
Bottom
they can't
barracks
find
is
time.
fallen. I think this is going.
Kind of blinking to do something, but already Puppy, he was ready to disrupt it.
Mega kill! Radiant tower.
They need some
Dire's
something
middle
to
tower is
control,
fallen.
but look at this from Secret. Out they go. They took almost all of the life of the tier 4 towers, but they'll retreat for safety.
It's brilliant play thus far. I can't find fault in
I'll
what they've
take your
done
tribute.
past that like 25, 30 minute mark. Forcing EG's moves
Tis
around the map.
my invisibility.
The Observer of Secret also sees EG's aggressive maneuver on bottom. They were hoping to catch someone from Team Secret just lagging behind, but it does not happen. And we could actually have a double black hole at the end if Yapsaw wants to spend the money. He's looking at a refresher orb on this Enigma. Double BKBs, a Shadow Blade to get into position. This 4-core lineup of Secret that comes time and time again.
And if you're EG and you're going to examine this game, I think you need to find a way to ensure that you're not in a lineup disadvantage where Secret can guaranteed go for one of your cores.
You need to relocate out of this one. The fire strike's already come out. Life Stealer will rage, moving through the trees, using the stampede. Now it's all damage.
Double kill.
Both heroes have 100 seconds on the sideline, and GG. They know this is over. Team Secret. Game 3.
think it's hot.
One game away from winning ESL Birmingham.
But Artesia Smell, it doesn't matter. They're going to die. You cannot save them. Secret, I don't think you can give